Thanks for joining us for the very first of our Holy Week happenings with Next Level Online. Today is Palm Sunday, and maybe you've heard about people waving palm branches and Jesus riding on a donkey, and you're like, okay, why is that important? Well, for the next few moments, I'm going to share with you the significance of what Jesus was doing and how understanding that helps us to appreciate Easter and everything we're going to celebrate with Jesus' death and his resurrection. Well, to help us get started, we're going to jump into a couple of verses from Matthew. All of the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, tell us about Jesus' entry into Jerusalem. We're going to look at Matthew, starting in verse 6. It says, "The disciples went and did as Jesus had instructed them. They brought the donkey and the colt and placed their cloaks on them for Jesus to sit on. A very large crowd spread their cloaks on the ground, while others cut branches from the trees and spread them on the road." Now, that seems like kind of a strange thing. Jesus is on a donkey, and people are laying their coats on the ground and putting branches. But it's very connected to things that they would have been very familiar with in their culture. You see, when a conquering ruler or a king came into a city, it was customary practice for people to do just this. They would lay their cloaks down, they would cut branches. It's kind of like saying they were rolling out the red carpet. And this tells us something about the crowd, that they had these expectations of Jesus. They were viewing Jesus as a conquering king. Now, who did they expect that Jesus was coming to conquer? Rome. You see, for the Jews, they had been oppressed by Rome for so long. There had been all these rebellions, but no one had been able to get rid of Roman rule, and they hated it. And so they had these expectations that Jesus was going to be this conquering king coming in that was going to get rid of Rome and finally give them freedom. But there was something interesting. We're told that Jesus rode on a donkey. And that is a totally different change from what they would have expected a conquering king to come on. So most of the time, conquering kings and rulers came in with chariots or horses. It was a show of power. It was a show of might that they were going to overcome. But Jesus purposely chooses a donkey, a colt. And why did he do this? As Jesus is giving us a clue as the kind of king, the kind of ruler that he was going to be. You see, it demonstrated humility, not power. And Jesus came in humbly, and this should have been the first signal to the people that Jesus is a different kind of ruler, a different kind of king. And Jesus also fulfilled a prophecy out of Zechariah. Zechariah had told people, a prophet was someone that looked ahead and would tell about what God was going to do in the future. And so Jesus, by riding on this colt, was fulfilling this prophecy that had been foretold about the coming Messiah, the coming King. Well, I want to show you one more thing. So they're basically rolling out the red carpet for Jesus, laying down their branches, and now they're also proclaiming something. Look at verse 9. It says, "The crowds went ahead of him, and those that followed shouted, 'Hosanna to the Son of David. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest heaven.' When Jesus entered Jerusalem, the whole city was stirred and asked, 'Who is this?'" Well, if you don't know, the word Hosanna means please save us. It's a cry of help. And so they are looking at Jesus and they're saying, please save us. Again, when they were saying this, who were they looking for salvation from? Rome. They were like, please deliver us, save us from this oppressive rule. But here's the thing they didn't understand. They were right in proclaiming Hosanna and calling out to Jesus to save them. But see, Jesus did not come to overthrow Rome. Jesus came to overthrow something much greater. He came to overthrow sin and even death itself. And that is the significance of Palm Sunday. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and be sure to join us for all of these Holy Week happenings with Next Level Online. We'll be back on Thursday as we learn about the Passover and the Lord's Supper, and we're going to celebrate communion together. And so you can get some juice and some bread together, and it is going to be an awesome time. Be sure to share this on social media to others, and if you haven't done so, be sure to get tickets for any of our in-person services and also get ready to join us for all of our Holy Week happenings.